Can I have a volunteer to light a candle? Okay. Anyone else? We have one more candle. Yes. No. Okay, sit down. Today we are lighting a special two candles to wish good health and well-being to two of our friends, and Nancy Sargent and Kathy Roofing. They all our regular participants in our meditation session. Both of them are hospitalized, so today we want to extend our good wishes and our blessings and our loving kindness for them to have a speedy recovery. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Before we start our meditation, let's do our regular chanting. Please turn to page 5 of our chanting book. Salutation to the Buddha. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. The three refuges. Buddhang saranang gacchami, Dhammang saranang gacchami, Sanghang saranang gacchami, Dutiyampi Buddhang saranang gacchami, Dutiyampi Dhammang saranang gacchami, Dutiyampi Sanghang saranang gacchami, Tatiyampi Buddhang saranang gacchami, Tatiyampi Dhammang saranang gacchami, Tatiyampi Sanghang saranang gacchami. Next page. 5 precepts. Panati pata veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. Adinādāna veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. Kāmesu micchācārā veramani සික්ඛාපදං සමාදියාමි මුසාවාදා වේරමණී සික්ඛාපදං සමාදියාමි සුරාමේරය මජ්ජ පමාදට්ඨානා වේරමණී සික්ඛාපදං සමාදියාමි. On the opposite page, let's read the affirmative vows. Being aware of the suffering caused by the destruction of life, I vow to cultivate compassion and learn ways to protect the lives of all living beings. Being aware of the suffering caused by exploitation, stealing, and oppression, I vow to respect the property of others and to practice generosity by sharing my time, energy, and material resources with those who are in real need. Being aware of the suffering caused by sexual misconduct, I vow to respect my commitments and those of others. I am determined not to engage in relations without love and a long-term commitment. Being aware that words can create suffering, I vow to learn to speak truthfully and develop peaceful, kind, and meaningful speech. Being aware of the suffering that an intoxicated and agitated mind can produce, I vow to develop mindfulness and equanimous. Next page. Homage to the Buddha. Itipiso bhagava arahang samma sambuddho vijjācarana sampanno sugato lokavidu anuttaro purisa dhammasarati Sattā deva manusānaṁ buddho bhagavāti. Homage to the Dhamma. Swakkhāto bhagavata dhammo sanditthiko akāliko ehi passiko opanayiko paccattam veditabbo vinyuhiti. Homage to the Sangha. Supatipanno bhagavato sāvaka sangho Ujupatipanno bhagavato sāvaka sangho Nyāyapatipanno bhagavato sāvaka sangho Samīcipatipanno bhagavato sāvaka sangho Yadidang cattari purisa yugani Atte purisa punggala Yesa bhagavato sāvaka sangho Ahuniyo pahuniyo Dakkiniyo anjali karaniyo Anutterang punyak ketang lokansati. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Next page. Offerings. Offering of light. Ganesarappaditthena dīpena tamadangsena tiloka dīpaṃ sambuddhaṃ පූජයාමි තමෝනුදං. Offering of incense. ගන්ධ සම්භාරයුත්තේන දූපේනාහං සුගන්ධිනා පූජයේ පූජනීයං තං පූජා භාජන මුත්තමං. Offering of flowers. වන්නගන්ධ ගුණෝපේතං ඒතං කුසුම සන්තතින් පූජයාමි මුනින්දස්ස සිරිපාද සරෝරුහේ පූජේමි බුද්ධං කුසුමේන නීන පුඤ්ඤේන ඒතේන ලභාමි මොක්ඛං උප්පං නිලායාති යථායිදං මේ කායෝ තථායාති විනාශ භාවං. Offering of water. ආදිවාසේතු නොබන්තේ පානියං පරිකප්පිතං අනුකම්පං උපාදාය පතිගන්හාතු උත්තම. Offering of drinks. ආදිවාසේතු නොබන්තේ ගිලාන පච්චයං ඉමං අනුකම්පං උපාදාය පතිගන්හාතු උත්තම. Worship of shrines. වන්දාමි චේතියං සබ්බං සම්පධානේසු පතිට්ඨිතං සාරීරික ධාතු මහා බෝධින් බුද්ධ රූපං සකලං සදා. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Next page. Wish of well-being. Icheva manchante namaste niyang namaste manu rate natte punyabhi sandang vipulang alantang tasanu Hatante rayo Reflections on the teachings of the Buddha in English. Mind is the forerunner of all experiences. Mind is chief. Mind-made are they. If one speaks or acts with an impure mind, suffering follows like the weed that follows the foot of the ox. Mind is the forerunner of all experiences. Mind is chief, mind made are they. If one speaks or acts with a pure mind, happiness follows like one's own shadow that never leaves. Generosity, kind words, benevolent actions towards others, and equanimity towards all beings and all things. These bonds of sympathy function in the world like a lynching in a moving cart. One by one, little by little, moment by moment, wise people should remove their impurities as a smith would remove the rust from silver. For one who mindfully develops boundless loving kindness, mental defilements are weakened and the freedom from clinging is seen. All conditioned things are impermanent. When one sees this with wisdom, one turns away from suffering. This is the path to purification. All conditioned things are unsatisfactory. When one sees this with wisdom, one turns away from suffering. This is the path to purification. All things are not self. When one sees this with wisdom, one turns away from suffering. This is the path to purification. Excellent, excellent, excellent.
Is everyone in? Yes, good. Thank you. Let us together make an effort today to cultivate our capacity for loving kindness and also our ability of mindfulness. So glad to see a room full of people today, so we can help each other in this practice. It's a very interesting way of helping. When we commit to our own practice, genuinely, it kind of encourage and help the person sitting next to you and around you. So it's helping by not doing anything, but actually committing to our own practice. So let us help each other today, because others, people around you will feel your practice, your commitment, your depth of your meditation. That will help each other. So let us take a moment to appreciate and rejoice this moment. Today we have given this gift to ourselves, which is the whole dedicated time to take care of our own mind. Most of the time we take care of many things with our mind and body, but we rarely take care of our body and mind. And right now we have committed to take care of our mind and cultivate this wholesome quality in our mind. So rejoice this moment. Rejoice your decision to come here today, and appreciate this gathering, this support. And make a determination that I will engage in this meditation wholeheartedly. I will make use of this wholesome gathering, this guidance, and this space, and I will engage in a committed practice. Make that determination now. With that determination, Listen to the sound of the bell and to the chant. And throughout the bell and the chant, try to maintain your awareness in your body. Use the sound of the bell and the chant to gather your attention to this present moment. And feel your body, how it is touching the cushion or the chair right now, noticing all the pressed muscles against the weight of the body, and noticing any other sensations in your body with your clothes, any warmth you can feel, and keep noticing all these sensations and listen to the sound of the bell and the chant.
Dear spiritual friends, with the soothing sound of chanting and the sound of the bell, let's settle down right here. You can take a moment to feel your body, how you are keeping your body in this sitting posture. You can adjust your body into a comfortable meditative posture keeping your upper body somewhat upright and chin somewhat parallel to the floor. And your both palms are resting on your lap, right palm on the top of left palm. And you are keeping your both eyes closed gently. This is your meditative posture. Now feel your entire body and relax your body. Feel your whole body from the top of your head to the tips of your toes, from the tips of your toes to the tips of your fingers. Feel each and every parts of the body and relax. Relax your body. Feel your feet, your lower legs, your upper legs, your upper and lower back muscles, belly muscles, and relax. Relax your body. Feel how the muscles are pressed where your body meets the cushion or the chair. Feel that pressing sensation in your body and be with your body. Feel your chest area, both shoulders, and relax. Take a deep breath slowly. Hold it for a while and slowly release the air through your nostrils. Feel the relaxation in your upper body while you are breathing out. Feel your upper arms, lower arms, palms, fingers, and fingertips. In the way that you are keeping your palms together, you can feel your fingers, how they are touching each other, or any warmth sensation in between your fingers. Acknowledge all these sensations in your body and be with your body. Feel your neck area, your facial muscles, and relax. You are keeping your neck straight. You can feel the weight of the head on your neck. To relax your facial muscles, you can just invite a gentle smile into your face and feel how your facial muscles are relaxing. Feel your forehead and the top of your head and relax your body. Relax your body. Relax your body. You are relaxed now. Everything is peaceful, quiet, and calm. You are also peaceful and relaxed. Be in this present moment, right here. Now it's the best time to observe your mind, your present mind. Observe your mind. What is really happening in your mind in this moment? Thoughts. That's it. Various types of thoughts are popping up one after the other. Keep observing your mind. Keep observing how thoughts are occurring in your mind and notice them. You may have pleasant or unpleasant thoughts, wholesome or unwholesome thoughts, positive thoughts, negative thoughts, or neutral thoughts. No matter what they are, without any judgment, just observe all these thoughts and notice. Some thoughts are related to past. Past is gone. Some thoughts are related to future. Future is yet to be. Some thoughts are related to present. Whatever you are experiencing in this moment, they are just thoughts, not the real things happening in front of you. Thoughts. You are right here. Observing and noticing the thoughts, you understand the nature of your mind. You are the only one that who can observe your mind, who can observe your own thoughts. That is how your mind functions. That is how thoughts occur in your mind. With this understanding, now you can generate a wholesome thought in your mind purposefully. You can cultivate positive, wholesome thoughts in your mind instead of these random thoughts. Now you are going to generate wholesome thoughts of loving kindness. Loving kindness. What a beautiful thought that you can generate in your mind. Wishing everyone to be well, to be happy, to be peaceful. Wishing well being to everyone else. In your mind, you have that capacity to cultivate boundless loving kindness, limitless loving kindness. You have that potential within yourself as a human being. Just imagine there's a beautiful baby before you, having a nice smile. Your heart may be full of love, care, compassion, or you see a beautiful bird, a puppy, a flower. Such a love with kindness. Now you are going to cultivate in your mind for all beings, without exception to everyone else. Loving kindness. It is the unconditional love. It is the universal friendliness. You extend these wishes of loving kindness to everyone else, expecting nothing in return. That is your genuine loving kindness. You can start from yourself. Think about yourself. As an individual, you are sitting right here. Think about your body, your mind, your life. This person, this being deserves loving kindness. Before you extend the wishes of loving kindness to all other beings, you can generate loving kindness for yourself. Make genuine wishes of loving kindness for yourself. May I be well. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. Be peaceful. Be peaceful. May I be safe. Be healthy. Be healed. Be healed. Be healed. May my mind be well. Be healthy. Be healed. Be peaceful. Be peaceful. Be peaceful. May I have a happy mind. May I have a happy mind. May I have a happy mind. Generate loving kindness more and more. And you can radiate the loving kindness throughout your body. Radiate loving kindness into each and every parts of the body, into all the internal functions, systems, the organs of the body. Even in this moment, they are functioning for you. Feeling grateful and appreciating that support, fill your body with loving kindness. Feel the skin of your body, the skin, the largest organ of the body. Radiate loving kindness throughout the skin. May the skin of my body be healthy, be healthy, be healed, be healed, be healed. Penetrate in the skin. Radiate your loving kindness into the muscles and the bones of the body. May the muscles and the bones of my body be healthy, be healthy, be healed, be healed, be healed. Feel all the systems in your body, including the respiratory system, the vital function of the body, the cardiovascular system, cardiac muscles, the digestive system, the genitourinary system, the central nervous system, peripheral nervous system, the immune system, the brain, the sensory organs, the eyes, ears, nose, and tongue. Deeply appreciating the support of all these functions, the organs of your body. Radiate loving kindness throughout your entire body. May all these systems and the organs of my body be healthy, be healthy, be healed, be healed, be healed. May I have a healthy body. May I have a healthy body. May I have a healthy body. Observe your mind and feel your body. You are full of loving kindness. Now it's time to expand your loving kindness beyond yourself. The loving kindness you are generating is boundless, no limits. It's genuine. Now you can extend the same wishes of loving kindness, likewise you made for yourself, to all other beings, without exception, to everyone else. Let's start from right here. Think about these spiritual friends, including these monks who are practicing the same meditation with you. As a spiritual community, let's share our wishes of loving kindness with each other. May all these friends be well. Be happy. Be peaceful. Be peaceful. Be peaceful. May all these spiritual friends be healthy, be healthy, be healed, be healed, be healed. Now let's expand our loving kindness beyond this room. You can think about your beloved ones in your life, your family members, relatives, friends, neighbors, co workers, anyone else in your life. Think about them and let's genuinely extend the same wishes of loving kindness for them. May all of them be well, be happy, be peaceful, be peaceful, be peaceful. May all my family members, my relatives, my friends, neighbors be safe, be healthy, be healed, be healed, be healed. Now let's expand our loving kindness beyond the circle of beloved ones. There are so many other beings, not only human beings. You can extend your wishes of loving kindness to all other beings, visible or invisible, tiny ones, large ones, living near or far away places, to all the animals, to all the other creatures. Let's genuinely extend our wishes of loving kindness for them. There are so many beings who are suffering due to many conditions, even in this moment, maybe in this neighborhood, in neighboring neighborhoods, in this country, in this world, in this universe. Sitting right here, let's extend our wishes of loving kindness for them. May all beings be well. May all beings be happy. May all beings be peaceful. Be peaceful. Be peaceful. May all beings be safe. Be healthy. Be healed. Be healed. Be healed. You can extend your loving kindness into every direction. Extend the loving kindness into the direction of the front, back, left, right, above and below. May all beings who are in every direction be well, be happy, be peaceful, be peaceful, be peaceful. May all beings have happy minds. May all beings have happy minds. May all beings have happy minds. Repeat it in your mind and generate loving kindness for all beings. May all beings have happy minds. May all beings have happy minds. May all beings have happy minds. I'll chant it in Pali. The same. Listening to the chanting. Generate your boundless loving kindness for all beings, wishing them to have happy minds. May all beings have happy minds. Sabbi Santa Bhavantu Sukhi Tanta 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 May all beings have happy minds. That is the thought which is in your mind right now. That's it. May all beings have happy minds. May all beings have happy minds. Observe how loving kindness made your mind peaceful. You are peaceful. You are relaxed. With your peaceful mind and with your relaxed body, now you can gently move your attention into your breath to practice breathing meditation for few minutes. In these next few minutes, you are observing your in breath and out breath mindfully. As a preparation for breathing meditation, if you have to change your posture, just gently try to keep your upper body somewhat upright and chin somewhat parallel to the floor. And take a deep breath slowly. Try to keep your awareness in between your upper lip and nostrils, where you can feel your in breath and out breath. Try to breathe in and out through your nostrils. Take few more deep breaths and slowly breathe out. You feel the relaxation in your body. Then you can naturally come back into your normal breath. Mindfully breathe in, mindfully breathe out until you hear the sound of the bell. Be with your breath. Be with your breath. You may have some other thoughts in your mind. No matter, just mindfully observe if any other thought occur in your mind. Mindfully drag your attention into your breath again and again and be with your breath. In these last few minutes, make your full effort to be with the breath. Mindful breathe in and mindful breathe out. දුක්ඛප්පත්තාච නිදුක්ඛා භයප්පත්තාච සෝකප්පත්තාච නිස්සෝකා හොන්තු සබ්බේපි May all those who are suffering be free from suffering. May all those who are in fear be free from fear. May all those who are grieving be free from grief. May all beings be well and happy. Gently come out of the meditation and gently put your palms together and place them against your chest. And let's take a moment to feel grateful for this opportunity to have this peaceful meditation in our life. Let's deeply feel grateful to all the enlightened masters and the great teachers in the past who transmitted this practice, this wisdom, this teaching from generation to generation. And also you can appreciate the guidance and the instructions you received for your meditation today. And let's deeply feel grateful to anyone else who helped us to practice this meditation peacefully and comfortably, who helped us to come to this center and join this meditation from home. And also these non-living things we are using for meditation, let's appreciate that support, the cushion, the chair you are sitting on, this bell, this device, and everything. Deeply feeling gratitude and appreciating the support. To conclude our meditation, let's say sadhu 3 times together. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
We switch off this and increase the other. When we chant, we can.
Now? No, that's what we're doing now.
Thank you, Bante, for the guidance. Although we have so many people around, it was very quiet, very deep, and so amazing to to see that so many people are in one place, but everything was very calm and silent. Yeah. And thank you for your practice and support. And today we are also being joined by many people from YouTube, but also a group of our friends from Cleveland Buddhist Temple. They are joining us for our discussion also. Okay. Okay, so the meditation that we did is form of training our mind. And I think as human beings, we need to recognize that this form of life as a human is an evolution of consciousness. And what we are an expression of a highly evolved consciousness. That's what really means by to be human. When we think about all different forms of life and then different expression of consciousness in different forms, and human, being human is the one of the highest evolved state of consciousness. Sometimes we may not feel like that, but we have to recognize that this is one of the highest level of evolution in evolved state of consciousness. But but that doesn't mean that we doesn't mean that this is the highest or this is the optimal level of the evolution. And we have come to this far, being human, quite high. It's like through the process of evolution, we have come to this level with our humanity, basic level of humanity. But but this is not the optimal level of evolution. There's another pace of evolution that we can make. As when we are a human and we already have seeds of goodness, seeds of insight, seeds of wisdom. That we have those capacity, that potentials, and those seeds of deep compassion, loving kindness, and deep seeds of insight that are not yet fully flourished or evolved. So that is where we find what we call enlightenment, or even different stages of that path. That as human beings, we have this capacity for loving kindness, capacity for insight, capacity for clarity, capacity for empathy. But these things can be further developed. That is why, although we are same species, the level of our compassion is not exactly the same among all of us. We have the capacity. We are all compassionate to some level, but our level may not be the same. And our insightfulness, our wisdom, we all have it, but this may not be the same. We are in different stages in our life. So what you did right now, or your meditation, is that practice of feeding those seeds, and then try to cultivate these inner capacities to further and higher levels. So we are moving from being a basic human and upgrade ourselves to pro, right? Or can we say pro human? we are born with a basic plan. And now we have to upgrade it. Some people are born with a little bit more advanced, plan, because maybe, they have some prior training in their previous lives, hopefully. Yes. That's our challenge. But why this is moving, keep moving. I think they automatically adjusting. Yeah. Okay, any thoughts or questions on that? So meditation is an acceptance that I think as a human species we are evolved level of consciousness, but also at the same time recognizing that this is not the optimal level, and there's still room for development. I think one thing that allow us to move forward and develop is our special capacity to watch our own mind. That's a very special capacity that we all have as humans, being able to watch our own mind. Not only we are capable of thinking, planning, or reasoning, or doing the mental activity, we are not only capable of doing very sophisticated forms of reasoning and thinking, but we are also capable of knowing that we are thinking. That may be the reason that we are called Homo sapient and sapient. Do you know that we have two sapiens? We are not Homo sapient. That millions years ago they were Homo sapient. We were Homo sapient sapient. Yeah, we have passed Homo sapient many millions years ago. We are Homo sapient sapient. So sapient means, Homo sapient means primates who can think. And Homo sapient sapient means primates who can know that they are thinking. Like we have two sapient sapient. Not only you think, but you also can think about what you think. you also know that you are thinking, and that is the space. That is the pace that we can actually evolve further, because we can watch our own thoughts. We can examine our own thoughts. We can be aware of our own thinking. That's where we can make all the changes of our inborn patterns. And that makes us possible to evolve. And that is why the enlightenment is possible for human beings.
Assessment.
Hmm?
Assessment.
Assessment?
Yeah.
Okay. But that doesn't mean that we have, we don't have weaknesses, just like we have seeds of all the goodness and insight, wisdom. If you don't really grow them, and there are other things that are growing in our mind, just like your garden. If you don't feed the good seeds, and definitely there'll be weeds. So it's vulnerable as human mind. We can have weeds, very selfish desire, discrimination. Yeah, I think I think yesterday we discussed, Bhante, when we define ourselves more with our body, not with our consciousness, we do a lot of harm, a lot of unskillful things to ourselves and many others, because we are so used to define ourselves with our body, by our body, the way we look, whatever capacity, strength we have, and that is why we define ourselves with our body. Even male and female is body. If you look into mind, the mind will be the common thing, it will be, every mind will be different from each other, but there's no specific mind called male mind or female mind. It's the body. Maybe we have different tendencies, but when you define ourselves with our body, we can discriminate among each other. We can have all ethnicities, and we can have so-called enemies and opponents, and whatever. So when we define ourselves so much with our body, and that's also a good recipe for suffering, because our body is not perfect. It's a wonderful organism, but it's not really perfect. So if we define ourselves with our body, we'll be very disappointed because the kind of perfect image projected in our culture, I mean, nobody's very rarely people will conform to that, perfect image. So everyone will be very disappointed if they define
Well,
themselves with their body.
the perfect images we see are edited and airbrushed and fixed. No one really
Live like that, right?
looks like that, Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. In the same way, defining even so, not only defining ourselves with our body, but when we define others based on the body, not with their mind, but based on the body, and we get all the categories and all discriminations and all, and that's how I mean, if we can look at the mind of the person, like transcending the body, the way they look, the color, whatever but just if we find a way to like really connect to the mind of the person, we will understand how common we are. We have same concerns, same fears, right, and same needs. Yearning for. I mean, we all like looking for attention. We are looking for people understand us, and we all have fears of our own life, our loved ones. We have the same processes of mind. But when we define ourselves, even others, mostly based on our body, we see other people are different. That one and this one. Yeah. But anyway, I'm glad that we have you're all interested in developing your mind. Yes, Bhante, for our discussion Monday, we concluded the loving kindness sutras, and we have now nothing to discuss. Yes, Jim.
So
Yeah.
what you're talking about, is that like what the identity view is in like the stream entry?
Yes. Yeah, that's a good point, Jim. Yeah. So thank you, Jim, for bringing that out. In our evolution, maybe progression towards enlightenment, one important barrier, one important fetter that we transcend is called identity view. As you mentioned, identity view. That is the one component of that identity view is creating an identity based on the body. But we can also create identity based on mental aspects too, all the 5 aggregates. So
Like intellect?
even our reasoning, our other capacities, So it's a whole act of creating a notion of I, using whatever mental or physical elements, and then separating that whole thing from the rest of the world, what we call identity view. So we construct self all the time, either using our bodily processes, or body, or using our mental processes. Could be our memory, could be our knowledge, could be our own patterns of behavior, our tendency, our dispositions, and so we can create an identity based on any of those 5 things.
And is that like what name and form is in dependent origination, that kind of individuation of?
Yeah, I think that they use a very good term, individuation. That's what we try to understand and try to dismantle. Yes, individuation. Okay, so we thought for our discussion, we will again come back to our chanting book. We I think for last few months we were discussing the last part of the chanting book, which is the Loving Kindness Sutra. But I thought that maybe we will go through our chanting book, and that will help 2 ways. One is people will understand what they chant, but at the same time we can also use it as an opportunity to discuss the teachings of the Buddha. So those who are joining us from Cleveland Temple, they can also take the chanting book and then turn to the first page number 5. So today we will discuss or understand the deeper meaning of the salutation of the Buddha. Salutation of the Buddha. So in the salutation of the Buddha, we say in Pali, Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. It is translated here. Homage to the blissful one, the worthy one, the fully enlightened one. Of course, all the translation, is like that, but we can discuss the significance of each term, and this is a very basic form of paying our homage to the Buddha. So we start, of all of our practices by simply reciting this as a way of showing our respect, showing our gratitude, and showing our appreciation, and showing our respect to the Buddha. So we call salutation to the Buddha. But this particular praise, the praise has been used in the Buddhist communities for many, many centuries. And there should be a very significance why they selected this way of venerating the Buddha, like or paying salutation to the Buddha. In this particular short praise, there are 3 qualities, 3 virtues of the Buddha. We can call it not only the Buddha, 3 virtues of the enlightened mind. We are talking about, the evolution of consciousness. So when we think about, the human capacity, and then, the possible other level of evolution, so the enlightened one, we can say that Buddha is the peak of that evolution. So even the very term Buddha means awaken. It is not the name of the Buddha. That. Who knows the name of the Buddha? Yes, Jim?
Siddhartha Gautama.
Yes, Siddhartha Gautama was his name. So the Buddha is not his name. In fact, it's a past participle of a verb, right, Bhante? So it means the awakened, the one who is awake. That means, although we are human, quite higher evolved level of consciousness, but we are also a kind of blind to our own inner mechanism. That how that is why this is not the optimal level of consciousness. We are quite evolved in terms of our ability to think and plan and reason out. But I don't know, the AI will defeat us very soon, but but I don't know whether the AI can be self-conscious, that will be another thing. But anyway, so we are, quite high evolved, but still we have a basic blindness. And according to the Buddhist understanding, we are not fully awake yet. We are kind of half asleep. We are not fully awake. So the term Buddha means to awaken. He is fully awake, fully awakened to the real process happening within us. And basically, when we are living our life, we get a lot of stimulus, from the environment. We see things, we smell things, all the information comes to us like input. And then we respond to them. We respond to them, we react to them, we interact with them. So there's an input and there's an output, right? Input and output. We see, smell, taste, experience, and then we react, respond, interact. And that's what we do. We are fully aware of what is coming to us. We are also somewhat aware of what we are doing and saying. But there's a whole process happening in the middle, like a black box. So whatever we hear, smell, taste, the input is being processed. We interpret them, whatever we hear, smell, taste, and encounter, we interpret them, we process them, and then that is how we decide how to respond and react and interact with them. So we are aware of the inputs, we are also somewhat aware of our output, but we are not aware of the whole inner processing happening. how exactly how I, that inner processing is very fast, it's very subtle. We are not aware of that process. So we don't, whenever we see a person, we think about that person, we interpret it, but that inner process is quite hidden to us. So that's what Buddha mean by we are half asleep. So the very term meaning of the Buddha means awaken. So he has fully awakened, and he's then after he became the Buddha, he really wanted everyone to wake up. So everyone to be awakened, and that's what he really wanted to go out and teach and encourage, and establish the communities of disciples. So when we read these three qualities that are selected by the Buddhist community to pay respect to the Buddha, they have selected three important qualities of that enlightened nature. The last one, we can start with the fully enlightened one. That's what I have been talking. So we hear the term Samma Sambuddhas. So here we can see the term Buddha hidden there, right? Buddha. Buddha. And Buddhas means to Buddha. But we have two more terms. Samma Sambuddha means fully self-awakened. That means for the Buddha, the person who lived 6th century BCE, and that is for this particular period, he was able to experiment and discover this possibility of awakening, and then he become awakened by himself through his own effort, through his own journey of trial and error. And not only, I mean, in his own journey, he experimented with so many other methods, and then finally he discovered the middle path, and then attained the enlightenment. So, and of course, in the Buddhist tradition, the belief is that he has been practicing, preparing for this enlightenment for many, many, many lifetimes. So, and so in his case, he become awakened by himself. It's a very, very rare, very, very rare moment in human history. Like, we imagine that everyone is kind of blinded, and then someone happened to wake up. It's like, I mean, you seen the Matrix? Yeah, something like that. Everyone is under the grip of this blindness, and then suddenly one of us happened to come out and say, hey, we are all blinded. So therefore the appearance of the Buddha is seen as very, very rare. So we call him Samma Sambuddha because he realized this truth, realized and then penetrated the real mechanism of suffering, real mechanism of our experience by himself. Therefore he is Samma Sambuddha. And then once you discovered it and was taught the same method for others to enlighten and wake up, and then the others are called different names. And others can call also attain Buddhahood, but he's called Samma Sambuddha because he attained it by himself. So the last quality is that waking up quality, that awakening quality, and have this deep penetration to the reality of our existence, and also reality of everything, how everything is occurring in terms of dependent origination. And so that his deep wisdom is referred by this term Samma Sambuddha. So that's that one quality: his deep wisdom, his deep penetration, deep insightfulness, and his awakened nature. And the second, I'm coming from end to the next one, and the next one is called Arahato. The translation is worthy one. The worthy one is a secondary meaning, but actually the term Arahato means free from defilements, like purity, because of his deeper understanding of the reality, deeper understanding of existence, and that deeper realization leads one to purify one's mind from all desires and anger and all other forms of defilements. I think the reason that we attach to anything or we are resentful of anything is our wrong belief that whatever thing that we desire for or whatever thing that we resent for is fixed and permanent and permanently existing there. So all our desires, all our anger, all our resentments are based on the belief that that object of desire, object of anger is permanent and is existing permanent. That is why I want it, or that is why I don't want it, because we believe that that thing is there. But what's happening in awakening, you realize that such things, such phenomena, such beings, everything is not really there as we see it. It's simply occurrences, appearing and disappearing. By the time you decide, it's already changed. by the time you hate, you are resenting to whatever the thing that you don't like, and the next time when you look at it, it's all different thing. So when you deeply realize that everything is a flux of change and moving, appearing and disappearing, you realize that there's nothing to desire for and nothing to hate for, because everything's like a flow. So therefore, the deep realization allow him to have complete eradication of all selfish desires and anger. So the complete purity of his mind is called araham or arahato. So, and the third one, the next one, not the first one, Bhagavato. Because Bhagavato means once you have that deeper insight and realization, and then your mind has become completely pure from even for the possibility of any defilements, any selfishness, any desire, any anger. When you have such a one hand, you have this wisdom, other hand purity, and there is another important quality that we develop, as Bhagavato is called blissful one. That means such a being has an aura. Such a being has an eminence. Such a being has an ability to influence his surrounding. And full of, we can say full of power, but full of influence, full of positive vibes, if you say in modern day words. So the Buddha also had that aura with him, that influence with him, positive influence with him, that eminence with him. And that is the thing that anyone will first encounter. If we happen to see the Buddha, and the first thing you will encounter will be this quality of Bhagava. You feel very comfortable to be with him, and you feel being somewhat attracted to him, and you are like ready to listen to. You can, and there are many stories at the time of the Buddha when people see the Buddha, I want to know more about this person. So his ability to influence others in a way, in a compassionate way. And Bhaga is also stand for good luck and prosperity, So, and he's full of that, influence and power. Whenever he travels, he will be influencing the environment, the community, and anyone. But these things are connected to each other. I think that is why in the Buddhist tradition, they have selected, there are a number of virtues of the Buddha, but they have selected these three. They are interrelated. The first thing you will encounter in Buddha will be his Bhagava, his quality of influence, this aura, this eminence in his, maybe even countenance in his face. That's what people try to recreate in the statues. Although not very success, but still even a statue has that little bit. So that will be the first thing people encounter, that aura, that eminence is a result of purity of his mind. That's completely free from any forms of selfishness, craving or resentment or anger. And that purity is a result of his deep insight. So when you the Namo means homage, respect, veneration. Tassa means that. So homage to that person, homage to that blissful, maybe we can say full of, full of aura, to that person who's completely pure, to that person who is self-awake, fully awakened. So that is the meaning. So homage to that fully enlightened, fully pure, and fully blissful being. But that's only a expression of the consciousness, and that's a peak of spiritual evolution. That's the Buddha. So we have one historical example of such a being who lived in 6th century BCE, but that's not the only expression of that enlightenment. There are many Buddhas before him. There will be many Buddhas after him. But there are also many other people who followed his path and become enlightened too. So it is a state, not simply a person, but we can embody that state. Then you become the Buddha. So the people who embody that state after this Buddha, we have a different term. We call them arahants in Theravada tradition. So hopefully next time when you chant this, you will remember these 3 important layers of the qualities of the Buddha: the blissfulness and influence and the purity. Basically, the aura, the purity and wisdom. And when you say that, it's helpful. Yeah. Yes.
What consciousness made up of?
What?
What consciousness made of what?
Yeah, you want to dissect the consciousness?
You mentioned the word consciousness.
Yeah.
What's made up?
I mean, it's being conscious of. Being conscious of.
But what's conscious itself? What made out of?
I don't know. When we understand it from the Buddhist perspective, our senses, our senses receive information, and we can become conscious of those information. So
With
it's
awareness?
Yeah.
yeah.
Awareness?
Yeah, when we say awareness, it may be a little bit broader than consciousness, because consciousness can be like being conscious of our surrounding, conscious of incoming information. But awareness is even like being even aware of that being conscious of. So awareness is a little bit pure, a little bit higher level of mental state.
So isn't there what's called universal consciousness, which surround us? And the Buddha kind of tap into that consciousness and become enlightened. And to do that, when we meditate, we suppress all thoughts, which is about 600, 6,000 a day. When we go into ground zero, no thinking, we tap into that consciousness.
That may be one explanation. Yeah, that would be one
And there is
explanation.
some people define consciousness as photons, energy surrounding us. And some other religion, they call it God.
Yeah, we can interpret in different ways. Yeah. But the more we interpret, more we moving away from the real thing. Yeah. We have to just experience it. Because interpretation has to be done with our own concepts, our own categories, and our own language. The more we try to interpret it, more we are moving away from what is really there, right? Yeah. So from our friends from Cleveland, do you have any comments or questions? Okay. Okay. So I think I didn't realize that we have, behind the time. But yeah. So really appreciate your participation today. We will now move to the other part of the program. Turn to page number 14. Now it is time for us to, share this goodness we just cultivated here with many others. By coming to this practice and engaging in this meditation and engaging in this chanting and discussion, we have generated so much good karma, good energy within our mind, which we also call merits. And now we can actually share these merits with many others. First of all, let us recall to our mind our departed family members, our ancestors and friends, and share these merits with them all. May all of, with deep gratitude, we will think about them and share these merits. May they all share our merits. May they be well, happy, wherever they may be. Idang mi ñātīnaṃ hotu sukhita hontu ñātayo. Idang mi ñātīnaṃ hotu sukhita hontu ñātayo. Idang mi ñātīnaṃ hotu sukhita hontu ñātayo. Let us also share these merits with all other living beings. If there's any being in this world who would like to share this merit, may he or she do so. May all living beings share our merits. May all living beings be well, happy, and peaceful. Ettavata amhi sambhatam punya sampadam sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Wish for the well-being of the world in English. May the weather be pleasing. May the people prosper in their lives. May there be peace and happiness in the world. May the rulers be righteous. May all those who are suffering be free from suffering. May all those who are in fear be free from fear. May all those who are in grief be free from grief. May all beings be well and happy. Aspiration. May this wholesome act quicken the liberation of my mind from mental defilements. By virtue of this wholesome act, may I never follow the unwise people. May I associate with good people until I attain Nibbana, purification. If by body, speech, or mind I have carelessly done wrong, I acknowledge them all in front of the Tathagata of great wisdom and determined to be heedful. We will now do our blessing chant, and this particular chant is given by the Buddha with great compassion for all living beings. Today we are going to chant three of us, including our visiting monk here, Bhante Saddha. We are going to chant for you this important sutra, and we will chant this sutra with utmost loving kindness towards you, wishing you all blessings for good health, peace, and happiness. Especially today, we ought to extend our blessings to our Nancy, our beloved friend Nancy, and also Kathy, wishing them speedy recovery and healing to their body and mind. You may also record to your mind whoever you want to share these blessings with, your family members, your friends, people who are sick. And may you all receive the blessings of this wholesome chant. May you all blessed with good health, peace, and happiness. May you also be blessed with strength and courage to overcome difficulties in your life. May you also receive support and help to overcome your challenges. And may you all be well, happy, and peaceful. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato Sangma Sambuddhassa Karaniya Matta Kusalena Yantang Santang Padang Abhisamicca Sakko Jocha Sojocha Suvacho Chansa Mudvanati Santos Sakocha Suparocha Ampaginchocha Sallahuka Bunti Santrindriyocha Nipakocha Ampagambo Kulesu Ananugindo Nacha Kundang Samachari Kimchiyena Vinyo Pare Upavade Yung Sokino Vakemino Hontu Sabbe Santa Bhavantu Sokitanta Eke Chipana Bhutanti Tata Vatavara Anavasesa Digava Mahanta Majjima Rasansakanukatula Dittava Evarandita Echadure Vasanti Avidure Bhutava Sambhavisi Vasamve Santa Bhavantu Sukhitanta Naparo Parangnikum Vedhe Nati Mangyeta Kanta Chinang Kanche Vyarosana Patika Sanya Nanya Manyasansa Dukka Mitcheya Mata Yatani Yang Puntang Ayusa Eka Punta Manurangke Evampi Sambha Bhute Sumana Sangbhavaye Aparimanang Mettang Cha Sambha Lokasming Mana Sangbhavaye Aparimanang Uddhang Adocha Diriyang Cha Asambadang Averang Asapantang Dittang Charang Nisingno Sayano Vayavatasam Savigadamindo Etang Sating Adipte Brahmametang Viharang Idamaho Ditting Anupagang Silva Dasanena Sampanno Kami Suviniya Kedang Naijatu Gamba Seyang Punareti Tena Sancha Vanjen Sonti Te Hotu Sambhadaye Tena Sancha Vanjen Sabbarogo Vinasatu Etena Sancha Vanjen Hotu Te Jaya Mangalang Sabbitiyo Vivajjantu Sabbarogo Vinasatu Mate Bhavatantarayo Sukhidika Yuko Bhavatu Sabba Mangalang Rakkantu Sabba Devata Sabba Buddhanubhavin Sada Sonti Bhavantu Te Bhavatu Sabba Mangalang Rakkantu Sabba Devata Sabba Dhammanubhavin Sada Sonti Bhavantu Te Bhavatu Sabba Mangalang Rakkantu Sabba Devata Sabba Sanghanubhavin Sada Sonti Bhavantu Te. Let us spend a moment of reflection. Try to recall to your mind whatever kind deed that you were able to do during your past few days. Recall to your mind an incident in which you were able to be kind to someone. Even a simple act of kindness you did, like giving you away when you're dry, or helping someone to open the door, or any other such act of kindness. Recall to your mind. Let us rejoice these opportunities to be kind to others. On this day, or in the past, if I have done kind deeds to other beings with my body, speech, or mind, whether great or little, here before the Buddha, I call to mind those kind deeds and let my heart rejoice. I rejoice in those kind deeds, appreciating the opportunity to be helpful to others. I rejoice in those kind deeds, wishing more opportunities to practice compassion. I rejoice in those kind deeds, resolving not to compare myself with others. I rejoice in those kind deeds, and glad to share this joy with all beings everywhere. May my kind deeds relieve the burdens of other beings. May my kind deeds shield me from all dangers and pain. May my kind deeds and merits that come from them help me in freeing my heart. Let us now recall to our mind whatever kindness we receive from others. Think about an incident in which someone helped you, someone showed their care and kindness to you, or you notice the kind act of someone. Let us rejoice the goodness of others. On this day, or in the past, if I have seen or heard of the kind deeds done by others with their body, speech, or mind, whether great or little, here before the Buddha, I call to mind those kind deeds and let my heart rejoice. I rejoice in the goodness of others, being always ready to praise kind people and follow their example. I rejoice in the goodness of others, appreciating that there are many good-hearted people in the world. I rejoice in the goodness of others, expressing gratitude for any kindness done. May the kind deeds of others bring safety and happiness to many living beings. May the kind deeds of others foster gratitude and fellowship among many living beings. May the kind deeds of others nurture goodness in me and many living beings. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So nice to have you all tonight. Really appreciate your commitment and wish you to carry this peace through the rest of the week. And I also thank those who joined our YouTube and also from Zoom. Thank you very much for your participation. And so nice to have you. Wish you all the best in your pursuit of your spiritual journey and also everything that you do. May you touch everyone with your kindness. Thank you, everyone, and good night. And those who want to like to have a blessing string, please come. We will tie one for you.